Ladies and gentlemen, are we live?
Now.
I believe we are live. CS case opening.
Butterfly Emerald. Butterfly Emerald.
Where is it? Where's the gold?
Ryan P unboxed the butterfly.
Onepixel goes insane after opening this gold with a crazy pattern.
Do the math, yeah? This is so expensive. Minimal. The fact that we hit 0.147, which as you can see is
it's a good gold right there.
Deluxe. Huge. Oh. Wow. 9. Pattern ID 0. Headhunter 9.
Wait, what? Pattern template 0. It's a good float right there. Starting it off with Onepixel giving us his luck, getting a beautiful float on those gloves. I just tabbed into Twitter by accident. I was meant to click on my stream instead of on Album of the Year instead of Twitter. And the first post I see is this. Spotify is introducing DMs. What? Why? In what fucking universe does Spotify need DMs? Anyway. Spotify becoming social media? I guess so. You follow me on Twitter? That's good shit. You guys should run up the Twitter. When was the last time I posted on there? I never fucking post on Twitter. Oh. Posted on the 18th because of this. Anyone who's seen Weapons will understand the context of this scene. Anyone in chat seen Weapons? It's a good film. Zach Kreger putting out a banger with Weapons. So Space Ashes. Do the thumbnails mean you're no longer a slave? I can't pay you for the videos. I don't make enough money to be able to justify paying you for the videos, but yes, I will be paying you for thumbnails now. For all of the videos that I edit. The Deftones thumbnail I've already done for the Deftones video that I'm editing. But yes, I will be now paying Chivo to make thumbnails for me, ladies and gentlemen. He's on the payroll. Half a slave, there you go. Half a slave. I still do not make enough money to be able to pay you justifiably for the videos, so I'm afraid you're going to have to keep up the free labor on that department. Hope the sunburn gets better. No, the camera's like saturated. This is actually a lot better than it was the other day. It doesn't hurt anymore. My nose is a little fucked. My nose is a little dry. But actually, while I'm here, we'll put the aloe vera on. It's been probably about an hour and a half since I've put some aloe vera on, so we can put some more on. Look at Discord. Give me a sec. Look at me. I'm all shiny now. There we go. Oh, it stings a little bit. It stings. Oh, the shoulders. I have sunburn on my upper back as well. You can see it a little bit on my neck here if I turn. Oh shit! Thank you, Space Ashes, for the €5. Oh shit! You did a thumbnail for the Deftones. Yo. See, I sat there and I made a thumbnail for the Deftones, and she was out here giving me a better one. Next one, but yeah, it's like up the sides of my neck as well. I've also started getting the peely skin as well. You guys can't really see it. But yeah, I started getting the peely skin on my head. The camera's not really picking it up that well. Which one's better? I like the one with the tongue. The one with the tongue's fun. I'll probably A/B test the thumbnails though. I'll do both of them, see which one performs better. Anyway, enough blabbering. Let's start recording. All right, there we go. Start recording. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are now onto the second Sabbath album. I literally just got done listening to their debut about 10 minutes ago, changed my outfit so that I'm not wearing the same thing 2 videos in a row. But yeah, we are now onto Paranoid, ladies and gentlemen, the second Black Sabbath album. When did this one come out? I've not actually got the album up yet because I'm an idiot. Also 1970, same year as the debut. I know the debut was recorded in 1969. Was this one recorded in 1970, or is this also one that was recorded in 69 and released the next year? This album is insanely well received. 96 critic score and a 90 user score on Album of the Year. Places it number 2 for 19... What's number 1 for 1970? Oh, okay, Miles Davis, understandable. And then number 65 all time in albums on Album of the Year. I believe this is one of, if not the highest rated metal album on Album of the Year. I'm going to move my camera up a little bit so that I'm not all the way down there. Is this the highest rated metal album on Album of the Year? Death Symbolic is higher than it. Is Toxicity higher than it? You think Toxicity is? It's up there. Symbolic by Death being higher than it is surprising. Just looking through here. Yeah, Toxicity is the highest rated metal album. Understandably, it's my favorite metal album. But yeah, this is the 3rd highest rated metal album on Album of the Year. Okay, this is the fan favorite Sabbath album. Okay. This is the one that everyone glazes. This has got fucking War Pigs, Paranoid, Iron Man on it. This has all the big hits. I've heard those 3 songs. Don't think I've heard anything else from this, though. So besides the big singles, I'm going into this one fairly blind. I understand this album's a little bit more immediate than Sabbath one is. I understand this album is a little bit heavier. So I'm going into this one expecting it to be punchy, expecting it to be fast, expecting it to be super abrasive and in my face, which is exactly what I want out of a metal album. Yes, came out in 1970, 8 tracks, 41 minutes. We're just going to get straight into this. Track 1, an iconic song, War Pigs. True. The first prog metal song. I can actually kind of see it. Constant tempo changes, kind of crazy, almost fusion elements thrown in here. One of the most iconic intros to a song of all time as well.
Generals gathered in their masses, just like witches at black masses. Evil minds that plot destruction, sorcerer of death's construction. In the fields of bodies burning, as the war machine
I'm sorry to pause this incredible song, but I'm looking at these album covers for the first 2 albums. They kind of feel like different perspectives looking at each other. It feels like the first album... Oh, wrong scene. It feels like the first album is from this guy's perspective looking at this monster, like, off in this house. And this is the monster looking back into the woods and seeing this guy as she's about to kill him. Is that a connection anyone's made? That's... You know... See, it seems like it could be something. I just wanted to point it out. No pause. I've heard this song like a million times, man.
Death and hatred to mankind, poisoning their brainwashed minds.
War Pigs is supposed to be an album's title, but the label has to change it because it might be controversial. I see. better, 2009 or 2012 version? No idea. I don't know the differences between the two. Production style slightly different. Yeah, it's way thicker here. Absolutely, yeah, the drums are way tighter. It feels a lot more compact, but gives it a bit more of a thicker feeling. And I kind of prefer that. Oh yeah, the album cover absolutely feels like Paranoia. They didn't know what paranoid meant? I see. So sweaty thing. Oh, this is so. Oh my god. You know, with the song having such an iconic intro, I kind of forget about a lot of the rest of the track. I forget how fucking incredible the soloing on this one is. The album's called Paranoid. Those very quiet stepped hi-hats create a lot of anticipation, a lot of paranoia before these bursts of guitar come in. It literally feels like holding off before charging into battle, you know? It feels like looking around, not knowing what's about to happen, before it like punches in and then like a fucking war breaks out, you know? Yeah, the song's at 8 minutes as well. It does not feel like it in the slightest. Fun syncopation on those stabs as well. I don't know if it's intentional. Obviously, this sounds very recorded live. Obviously, without a click track. So I don't know if it's intentional. But that syncopation kind of adds to the unease. I don't know, it's kind of like a standard thing at this time, you know, like, the Beatles are dropping multiple albums in a single year, I think Bob Dylan did as well. Obviously Zeppelin did it, I don't know. About how different the bass tone is. The bass doesn't feel as bass doesn't feel as overwhelming of a presence on this album. It definitely feels like it's a lot more subdued here. On the first album, the bass was so thick, it was so present in the mix. And here you're getting something a little more subdued on the bass, something that feels like it's subtly like creeping under the song. Not quite as fuzzy as well. I've noticed that about this, is it's nowhere near as fuzzy. It's a lot crunchier, it's a lot more, I don't know, it's a lot more clean sounding, even in its more distorted, heavy tones. Feels like it's abandoning the fuzz of the first album. Yeah, War Pigs is a fucking masterpiece. I've heard this song like a million times, and every single time I hear it, I'm just as impressed as the last. This is one of the most iconic album openers of all time, with one of the most iconic intros of all time. Fucking insane metal track for when it came out. This feels like the band, after the success of their first album, being given a fuck ton of money, being like, okay, we want you to do what you were doing on the first album, but we're going to give you even more resources to do it better. And that's exactly what they do. This feels like them taking the kind of, I guess, startup of metal that they were doing on the first album, leaning even heavier into the heavier, more disgusting aspects, with even better production, even tighter, thicker mixing. Everything just feels like it's being cranked up a notch here. The ending is the only part that didn't age well. I kind of like the silly little speed up it does at the end. It's kind of fun. Yeah, absolutely insane album opener. Considering, again, this came out the same year as the last album, this feels like such a massive step up. It's kind of impossible for me not to say this song is a 10. I think that just in terms of album context, in terms of context of how much of a step up it is for the band, I was already in my 10s playlist. You know, it's impressive as fuck. This song is an undeniable masterpiece. I need to put this in the Discord, that is right. Hang on a sec. I need to inform my Discord that we're doing Paranoid. This is one that people have been excited about. Paranoid. There we go. Discord has been alerted that we're doing Paranoid. Speaking of Paranoid, next track, the title track, Paranoid. Another song I've heard about a million times. The last song they ever performed, yeah. The thumbnail's not the Paranoid cover, is it not? Shit, you're right, I didn't update the thumbnail. My bad. Interesting that those bass notes are landing on the upbeats there. You know, with the theme of like the War Pigs, feels like it's kind of carrying over into this song. These chugging guitars literally feel like helicopter blades whirring overhead. It feels like just the chaos and the mania of being in the middle of like an active war zone. Like the song isn't the most like insanely detailed in its production, but the pace that it moves at, the guitar tones, kind of the mania that's brought with Ozzy's vocals as well, and how echoey they are. With guitar effect, I love their use of guitar effects. Even on the last album, They just feel so creative for the time that this came out in. For as strange as they may be, it's a nice, like, refreshing thing to hear something that's so out there and weird. Was there double kick on that song, or was that just really fast single kick playing? Because it sounded like it was doing consistent kicks all the way throughout, kind of adding a little bit of chunkiness to the low end. That was pretty cool. Yeah, Paranoid is an iconic song. My only complaint about this track, similar to a song like, I guess, Immigrant Song by Led Zeppelin, I wish this song was longer. 2 minutes and 48 is way too short for this track. It feels like this demands like a 4-minute runtime. Because of how fucking incredible of a song this is, just how perfect of a metal track this is, and just how big in scope this song is, even being as personal as it is, being more of like a mental health related track. I really, really do wish this song was double its runtime, because 2 minutes and 48 just feels like it starts and you're really locked in with the track, and then you're just kind of ripped out of it. That's always been my only problem with this song, is I really wish it was like maybe not double its length, but like a minute or so longer, just to give it a little bit of extra meat, so that it didn't feel as, you know, sudden when this track reaches its conclusion. I would give this song a high 9. It's a 9.7. Just the only thing that would bring it up is if it was longer, because you have what is essentially one of the greatest metal songs ever made. Just, it should be longer. Yeah, it should be around like the 4-minute mark, I feel. I also have Planet Caravan. This is the first song that I have not heard. We suddenly got dropped into a Tool album. Wait, is it Chivo? Oh shit, yeah, it is. Deftones stream, highest viewed stream. You could definitely see how this would influence a track like Disposition on Lateralis. The vocal effects, the very soft percussion, incredibly sparse instrumental, but still with a very tight mix. You could definitely see how this would influence Tool. Yeah, that's a good blue pill. So interesting to get something as like nondescript as this. Kind of just feels like a blank color palette to add your own interpretation on top of, where the rest of the stuff, like especially from the first album and then the first 2 tracks on here, are so direct. It feels like they really just are what they are. They shove everything right in your face. Get something that's more interpretive and loose here is a strange change of pace, but I'm kind of open to it because the sound of this shit is fucking beautiful. The weakest, huh? I will say of the 3 so far, I will say this is my least favorite of the bunch, but I didn't listen to it on stream. B-Bongo, I didn't listen to it on stream. Just listened to it on my own. Yeah, still getting to work in a fun little solo here. Very subtle one. Was that piano? Oh my god, they got piano on this song. I didn't even notice until now. Oh, absolutely, yeah. You know, I'm making jokes about like, oh, we've been dropped into a Tool song. But genuinely, it gives me the same feeling that a song like Disposition does, that's so psychedelic. It feels very... the more Eastern influence on the percussion gives it a very alien feeling, especially in comparison to the two songs that feel like you're in the middle of like a war, in the middle of like the fucking Cold War or something. And then, not the Cold War, the Vietnam War. Jesus Christ, getting the wrong wars here. Two songs that feel like being in the middle of the fucking Vietnam War, helicopters going overhead, bombs dropping everywhere, just pure mania. And then getting a track that feels so foreign, so alien, something that is so entrancing, spacey in its instrumental, but still tight in its production. Such a fucking weird change of pace. Does not feel like it belongs where it is, but at the same time, it's such a welcome slowdown because the atmosphere is perfect. The vocal effects have aged wonderfully. I think that the more psychedelic aspects of this track make for something more meditative, and especially coming after what is essentially the two heaviest songs we've had from the band up to this point back to back. You're just left to kind of sit and you're given a think piece. Interesting. My least favorite of the bunch so far, I will say I do prefer the immediacy of the first two songs, but this is still a low 9 for me. 9.3. Incredible track. Just, would I come back to this over War Pigs or Paranoid? Not quite, but it's still fucking incredible. Up next, Iron Man, the only other song I've heard off of this album. Outside of this, it is Blind. It's weird. Obviously having thrash music coming after this, it feels like this song wants to be a thrash track. Feels like when the drums get a little bit faster there, it feels like it's so close to going thrash. It's weird. No, he's using the same camera. Oh, absolutely. Production's fucking fantastic. Looks so saturated. This camera is really saturated on OBS for some reason. Yeah. Absolutely. Alright, chat. At the halfway point in this song, forgot about that, switch up. Alright, halfway point in the song, we're going to pause and I'm going to talk about this because I feel like this is some important context going into this song. This has always been my least favorite of the big songs on this album, I have to be honest. Iron Man, out of the bunch, before listening to it in context of the album, was always the song that I felt like was still really, really solid, but didn't feel quite like it had that same uproarious, like, sinking feeling in my chest that War Pigs and Paranoid give me. This song just felt a little more like... felt a little more akin to some of the songs on the first album, where it's like, yeah, this is just some solid metal. Album context, though. This coming after Planet Caravan, this is definitely growing on me, because again, that context of it being this snap back into the metal, starting off with these very menacing kicks before punching in with the most cavernous, cascading riff of the entire album up to this point. I have to say, this song's grown on me a decent bit. First key change. I didn't even pick up on the key change. That bass line's fucking incredible. Focus on me. Focus. There we go. Yeah, this ending is undeniable, dude. I love how thick and resonant the toms are, dude. Punch through the mix beautifully. Yeah, then it just pulls you right out at the end there. Interesting. Okay. I will say, of the big three, you know, you got War Pigs, Paranoid, and Iron Man are like the big three on this album. It's still my least favorite, but I think this song with album context has definitely grown a lot. I think that the juxtaposition of this coming after Planet Caravan, this sudden like burst back into the heaviness, back into the immediacy of the album, is fucking brilliant, and it makes me appreciate the placement of Planet Caravan even a little bit more. Yeah, it feels like the first two songs, War Pigs is you preparing to go into war, Paranoid is you being on the battlefield and seeing all of this crazy manic shit going on around you, and then Planet Caravan is kind of you just sort of spacing out for a little bit, is you not really knowing what's going on and getting like lost in your own mental rabbit trail before getting snapped back into reality on Iron Man. That flow between the tracks, it's making me reevaluate the song a little bit. I always liked Iron Man, but I never really felt like I fully understood what this song was going for. I feel like album context is what makes this work, though. It's a low 9 for me. Probably like a 9.2. I think that this song, of the bunch, is the weakest, but by the tiniest little sliver. It's like the worst diamond in a bunch of diamonds, you know? It's still a fucking incredible track. Incredible cascading riff. The entire back half of this song is the fieriest this album has gotten up to this point. Incredible solos, great fills, absolutely insane pacing. It's pretty fucking incredible. Next we have Electric Funeral. I see, okay. The 1997 live version, this is Double the Doom. This one was made in 2 days as well? Fucking hell. I could not make this in 2 days, no. Due to the simple fact that I'm not a singer, a writer, and I only play drums. You get such a wooden sound out of that cross stick on the snare there. Such a nice, like, sharp snappiness to it. That was a little silly. I'm not a fake drummer. I've not played the instrument in coming up on a year, to be fair, but I'm not a fake drummer. I think it might be, Chivo. I think it might be. How's it going, Dex? This is the guy from the Post Malone song. Exactly. Electric Funeral. The first song where I do have some gripes with this track. I know, hold the booze. I know. I think the first half of this song is a little slow. I feel like this song doesn't really fully find its footing until it punches into that jazz switch up. It feels like the first half of this track is okay. It's kind of a nice continuation of the pacing of Iron Man, but it feels like it takes a little too long to punch in. The song kind of gets a little lost in the weeds, a little too much like it's trying to find its footing. And then that switch up, we are just off. After that switch up, this track reaches fucking insane heights that like... even War Pigs was reaching for me. I feel like the entire back half of this song is fucking perfect, flawless. Yeah, I don't know. There's just something about the performances on the back half. It feels like so much energy. It feels like the band all shot some fucking adrenaline into their veins in the back half and then just started going absolutely wild. And I'm a little confused as to why the slower first half lasted as long as it did. It just felt like the song started to stumble a bit. It's certainly not bad. I still thought the first half was okay. But I feel like it just... The album loses a little bit of its steam there. But still, I don't think this is a bad song by any means. It's like a low 8. Like a 8.2, 8.3. Easily the weakest of the bunch so far. But man, that second half really brings this song all the way up to be great for me. Next we have Hand of Doom. Exactly. Like the stream. Very interesting cross-stick sound. You're getting a lot of that, kind of the dustiness. Super quiet recording as well. You're getting a lot of the white noise come through. Yeah, same. I found myself returning... Oh shit! As I was saying, yeah, I was listening to a bunch of their biggest singles, and it just made me realize I just kind of have to start getting into them properly. Oh, is that a direct Vietnam reference? I see. Hey, thank you so much, Dex. I really appreciate it. See, that title actually doesn't have a lyric card for this song. It's not had lyric cards for any of the songs besides the biggest ones on this album for some reason. So I've been able to follow along with the lyrics decently well up to this point now. Chat, I hate to pause the song, but my mother is calling me. I need to answer. Oh my god, that switch up sounds amazing. Hold on. You know, I love my mum, but she knows how to make a call last twice the length that it should. I have never... That conversation was like 20 seconds, and she made it a minute and a half. Yeah, love your mums. My mum's the best. I love my mum. How do I stream? Average 3 times a week. 2 or 3 request streams and then 1 filming stream a week. So about 3 or 4 times a week. Depends on life as well. Please do, absolutely. The request streams are hype as fuck. Holy shit. The rate at which this song is switching up is kind of crazy. Progression is fucking fantastic. Pacing as well. Spotless. That is rough, man. I'm so sorry about that, yeah. Yeah, chat, you gotta love your mothers. Mums are the best. I thought that was going to continue for another couple bars. Oh yeah, the tempo shifting. I feel like the tempo shifting might not be intentional. Obviously, has a very like live recording set. I imagine due to the time they would have just been recording this live anyway. Like all of them playing at once. And obviously playing without a click, you're going to get a lot of shifting in the tempo. But it does add to just the pure fucking chaos that you get with this album. Hey, everyone needs a hug sometimes. I completely feel you. If I'm sending you a hug through the camera.
Start spinning round. You fall down to the ground. Feel your body heave. Death hand starts to weave. It's too late to turn.
My favorite metal album as of right now. Toxicity is my all-time favorite. The new Knocked Loose album that came out last year was incredible. What was the name of the album that came out this year? I can't believe I'm blanking on it. It's one of my favorites of the year. I absolutely loved the... Where is it? Imperial Triumphant album, that's it. The Imperial Triumphant album that came out this year is fucking fantastic. Hand of Doom is one of the best songs on the entire fucking album. This track goes through some absolutely insane changes at such a breakneck pace as well. The song isn't like the fastest paced song on the album, but it's the rate at which it changes that makes it feel as abrasive as it is, as jarring as it is. It goes from something that feels a lot more doomy, a lot more hellish, into something more swingy, into way, way more explosive moments than we've had on any of the other tracks on the entire album. And it just feeds you so much information in such rapid succession. It is a ridiculous fucking song. And the fact that it's 7 minutes as well, it gets so much time to flesh itself out. And for you to fully explore each of these sections before we move on to the next. I am so fucking impressed by this song. Yeah, easily one of the best. Probably my second favorite of the bunch up to this point. 9.8 for me. Literally just the slightest little bit beneath the 10 for me. Absolutely fucking incredible shit. Yeah, just like the tiniest bit below War Pigs for me. Absolutely fucking insane track. Up next we have Rat Salad. 2.5 minutes. Is this the shortest song? This is the shortest song. Paranoid is 2 minutes and 48. Yeah, Crocky, I just saw your DM. Yeah, some people in the chat were asking about it. Oh, the new Deftones, duh. The new Deftones is fucking incredible, yeah. I can't believe I forgot about that. The new Deftones is fucking amazing. Oh, I absolutely agree. The soloing here, particularly Bill Ward, going insane with these jazzy fills. Oh, full-on drum solo, okay. Yeah, it's just a straight jazz solo, wow. Oh, really? Oh, shit. Maybe it is cursed. Maybe the boomers were right at the time. Maybe Satan really isn't. It said that was still part of the last song, but it wasn't. Maybe the boomers were right. Maybe Satan is actually in the album. If it... didn't I literally make the joke on the last album is like, if you play this to someone from the 1950s, it'll kill him. I guess I was right. Rat Salad. It's the shortest song on the album, but it's one of the most memorable as you get some absolutely fucking incredible jazz soloing on this song, particularly Bill Ward being the standout on that track, getting a little 30-45 second drum solo where he's showing off his jazz chops, some incredible 16th note fills, cool playing with accents and offbeats and shit like that. Really getting to flex his muscles on that track, and me being a drummer, I'm obviously going to be a little bit biased towards that song for that reason. I'm feeling a low 9 on this one. It's a nice little, I guess, calm before the storm before we get to the outro here. A very nice track to have as the penultimate moment here before we get into the final song Fairies wear boots. Absolutely. G minor to A minor to B minor to C sharp minor, and the rest of the songs in D minor. I see. We got some interesting theory shit that I don't understand going on, but I would not be able to pick up on. It's so sleazy, so laid back. We're not going to do Master of Reality today, we're just going to be doing the two today. Going to be doing it Zeppelin style, filming bunches of two. Oh, we kind of had like a 3/4 polyrhythm going on there. That was kind of cool. Well, more like a 6/4 polyrhythm. Rip Ozzy indeed. Yes, I will be shooting tomorrow. I love how much attack you get on the bass here. Really get to feel the actual hitting on the bass. It sounds fucking incredible. This is about skinheads, okay. There's no bass in metal. Though the lyrics look LSD induced. Seems fitting. Oh shit! Yeah, the switch ups on this album come completely out of nowhere, dude. Completely fucking sweep the rug from under your feet. Okay, it's not a 6/4 polyrhythm, it's just the fact that it swung made me hear a little bit of 6 in this. It's not a 6/4 polyrhythm. I was wrong. I was miscounting. It's just I wasn't expecting it to be... when I heard the 4/4 among the swung part on the drums, it made me think it was a polyrhythm. I'm just a bit silly, I'm overthinking it. Nice, the bass getting its moment to shine here. Punch it through the mix a little bit more, that's fun. Damn, this album starts and ends on its strongest moments. I've obviously heard War Pigs way more, so I'd need to, like, re-listen to this album full to get a proper opinion on whether I prefer this or War Pigs, but this is another 10 for me. As a closer, I think that this is basically fucking flawless. This song has some of the best soloing on the whole album. It has the most fiery riffs on the whole album, the most jarring switch-ups on the entire project, some of the best and most fun pacing as well, on top of easily the most standout vocal performance from Ozzy, full stop. This song fucking blew me away. It's tight between this and War Pigs as my favorite. Again, I've heard War Pigs like a million times, and this is my first listen of this track, so I'm gonna need to return to this one a little bit more. But I guess in the edited video, I'll chime in with updated thoughts here on which of the two I prefer. Easy 10 on that track. Easy 10. Oh yeah, it has a fade out. That means the song's a 0 actually. Has a fade out. In fact, it makes the whole album a 0. That's how much I hate fade outs. Nah, I'm joking. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I was Paranoid by Black Sabbath. This album is pretty fucking fantastic. Oh my god, this feels like it is taking all of the great shit that was going on Sabbath 1, all of the forward-thinking, inventive instrumentation, all of the darkness, the grittiness, the hellscape that album creates, and it's cranking it up to 11. It feels like after creating that album, the band were thrown a fuck ton of money to be given even better resources to create something that is even more like pushing the needle, that's even heavier, that's even darker, that's even more immersive. And they fucking nailed it. This entire album is front to back flames. Not a single moment on here, besides, I'd say, the first half of Electric Funeral, where I was even slightly brought out of this. This has aged flawlessly. When you give Satan a mind? Exactly. I don't know, I feel like just the grander scope of this album allows for something that's way more impactful. The fact that this entire thing feels like being in the middle of a fucking active war zone in like the middle of the Vietnam War or something, helicopters going overhead, bombs going off all around you, just pure chaos. And it leaves you in that feeling of pure panic, pure terror throughout the entirety of this album. Even a song like Planet Caravan just feels like being so overwhelmed that you kind of get lost in a mental rabbit hole before getting slapped back into reality with Iron Man. Again, I don't think this is like a concept album, but the track placement here is absolutely stunning. All of these songs feel so complementary to one another. Even when I said that Planet Caravan didn't feel like the best follow-up to Paranoid, Iron Man completely recontextualizes that song and makes it a perfect follow-up to Paranoid because, again, it feels like you're given the full context of what that song is meant to be. No, we're not going to do Master of Reality today. We're just doing them in batches of 2. No, we're not doing, not today. Not doing Master of Reality today. Doing them in batches of 2. I'm fucking blown away by this album. It literally just feels like them taking what was going on the first album and perfecting it. Kind of the same with the first Zeppelin albums, where they both came out in the same year. You know, Zeppelin 1 was great. Zeppelin 2 was like that album, but better. Sabbath 1 was incredible. Paranoid feels like similar to that album, but even better, even tighter production, even more fluid performances, even heavier emphasis on the metal of these formative metal albums. I was fucking blown away by this. I am going to crunch the numbers, and then I will tell you what my overall score for this album is. Where's the sound? There it is. Every single time I lift my phone off the table, my PC has to tell me. Alright. 10, 9.7, 9.3, 9.2, 8.2, 9.8, 9.2, 10. Divide that by 8. Ladies and gentlemen, I am feeling a 9.5 out of 10 on this album. That's right, a 9.5. This is it. This is an absolute undeniable classic right here. This is S tier shit right here. This literally just feels like two damn near flawless metal albums being released back to back by a band that was so young at the time of releasing them, by a band that recorded both of them in 2-day batches for each album. It is insane that you get this level of quality out of the first 2 albums from a band where they spent 2 days on both of them. That's insane. Holy shit. Wow. Such an insane creative force to be able to do that. Yeah, I am endlessly impressed by these 2 projects. No, I prefer Paranoid over the first album. Paranoid got a higher score, but that could change on re-listens. That could change. Jesus Christ, what is that title? Alright, chat, don't go anywhere. We're going to do the outro for the video. And then we have got an Album of the Year review to write. Alright, we're going to do the outro. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Let me know what you think of this album down below and how it compares to the first Sabbath album for you. Make sure you like and sub if you haven't. We are on our way to 4K, and there are more Sabbath reactions to come if you would like to see more. Also, around here somewhere, there's going to be a link to my reaction to the Sabbath debut, as well as, we'll throw in Death Symbolic as the other video you should check out. I feel like if you like Black Sabbath, you're probably going to like Death as well, something a little more thrashy, something a little more immediate. Yeah, links in the description to my Discord, my Album of the Year, my Twitter, and my other channels. Check those out if you haven't. And I will see you all whenever I next stream or upload. Bye-bye. Alright. I've got an Album of the Year review to write. Rest of Discog today? No. I feel like 2 recordings is good for 1 session. Read second to last. 97.5. See, I would round up. If it's 0.5, you round up. Got to use the mathematical mentality. I'd need to re-listen to this album more times. Is Petra Dragonica at the same score as this? I need to re-listen to this more times, because Petra Dragonica I've listened to like maybe 10 times, and this I've only listened to once. So I feel like I might be a little bit more biased towards Petra Dragonica. I kind of prefer that progressive thrashy style to heavy metal. But still, yeah, they're not very comparable, even though they're both metal albums. Crazy how they whipped this off on FL. Oh, I gave that a 9.7. Oh, well, I guess Petra Dragonic has edged it out then. How many Sabbath albums do I plan to do? I can't answer that question right now. Let's see. I want to do up to Sabotage. I want to do up to Sabotage. So I want to do, yeah, Master Reality, Volume 4, Sabbath Bloody Sabbath, and Sabotage. Those are the ones I plan on doing. I don't really care to go beyond that. I mean, they have some well-received projects like 13 and Heaven and Hell and Mob Rules, but I don't know. As of right now, I don't have too much interest in going beyond that. But absolutely, up to Sabotage, I plan on doing. $100, 97, 93, 92, 97. 82, 98, 92, 100. There we go. All right. Cool. Got the first 2 Sabbath albums out of the way. Now it was with Dio. I don't really... I don't know, I don't really care too much about their later stuff. I do Geese. I don't really want to listen to the Geese single. I kind of want to just leave it for the album beyond this point. When's the album out? Is it the 26th of September? Is that in a month, I think? Yeah, I kind of just want to leave it for then. Go in as blind as possible. Haven't heard the first 2 singles and then nothing else. But yeah, anyway. I think that's going to be it for me. Going to be doing a request stream tomorrow, 3 p.m. UK time, as per usual. Yeah, going to get the Deftones video out maybe tonight. Just got to finish editing that. I'm about halfway through editing that video, so I'm probably going to get the rest of that done tonight. Thank you very much, Blue Pill, Spiky Thing, Chivo, Ryan K, Australian, Mr. Crinkle, Brandon, everybody who has been here this stream. I greatly appreciate it. Gonna make a post about your video? Yeah, I could do that. Yeah, the reaction to your album. Yeah, I could do that. Yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow with a request stream. That is it for me. Thank you guys.